Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sam got some Halloween sweets from Alexis. Sam was happy to hear that there was undoubtedly enough candy because both Alexis and Dante had purchased it for the trick-or-treaters. After having surgery, Sam looked fantastic, and Alexis even remarked that she was glowing. That Lulu's surgery went well, pleased Sam. I think it's cause for a celebration, Sam said, removing her hand to reveal her new engagement ring. Considering that I'm fine and Lulu has hope, she said. The mother and daughter embraced in tears, and Alexis was overjoyed for Sam. According to Alexis, Dante seemed like Sam's ideal mate. Sam acknowledged that there was a natural fit between her life and Dante's. To break the news to his son, Dante took Rocco out to lunch. He asked Sam to marry him, and Sam accepted. Rocco appeared unimpressed and expressed surprise at Dante's proposal. "What about Mom?" inquired Rocco. Dante reminded Rocco of their predicament and how depressing life was before Sam arrived. Rocco concurred. "Sam unstuck us," acknowledged Rocco. Admired Days, B&B, General Hospital, or other soap operas? Participate in the discussion on our SC boards. To interact with fans and start a conversation right away, click here. Jason, Danny, and Scout arrived at the hospital. Scout was already dressed as an Olympic swimmer for Halloween, so Danny made fun of her. Scout was cautioned by Jason that Sam would appear exhausted when they saw her. Scout prepared grilled cheese to present to her mother, who was a hero, while Jason brought the children to purchase sandwiches. Jason concurred, saying, "Your mom is one of the bravest people I know." Jason witnessed Elizabeth and Portia fleeing as an alarm started to sound while Danny and Scout were fighting. Jason realized there was a serious problem with Sam when Alexis soon showed there with a troubled expression. He hurriedly instructed Danny to wait for him at Bobby's with Scout. Danny persuaded Scout that they could get cookies for Sam even though she didn't want to go. Alexis did not know what was wrong when Jason asked her. Jason was informed by Alexis that Sam was okay 1 minute and then not. She was joyful about her future one moment, and then her face turned white and she was unable to breathe. She was perplexed as she glanced at me. And because I didn't comprehend, I wasn't sure what to do. "I'm afraid," Alexis remarked. As Sam collapsed in his room, Lucas used the defibrillator while Portia performed chest compressions. Her vitals had been normal, so they questioned what had happened. It might have been an embolism, according to Portia. After the medical staff had done everything they could for Sam, Portia finally informed Lucas that it was time. Lucas, who was crying, insisted that Sam was still present. At last, Lucas took the necessary action. "Death time, 5:48 p.m., he stated. Trina visited Portia's workplace to inquire about the veracity of the rumor. Did Heather Weber indeed go from Port Charles? To Trina's relief, Portia reassured her that it was true. She questioned whether Heather's decision to leave was influenced by her mother. Trina continued by assuring Portia how wonderful school was going after she denied any involvement. Michael hadn't returned home the previous evening, Willow wrote in her voicemail to Nina as she paced her living room. Willow was shocked when Drew quickly showed up at her front door. She questioned, "Why would you come here?" Willow advised Drew to simply leave in case Michael returned home and saw him there, even though Drew wanted to apologize. Willow advised Drew that it wouldn't be a good idea to assist her in finding Michael. "Avoid being near Michael. As well as from me. Your assistance is too much for my marriage," Willow remarked. Drew wasn't sure what everything meant, but Willow told him that Nina was there last night and told Willow everything. The fact that Nina hadn't disclosed to Willow that she and Drew had been having sex for months gave him a sense of relief. Why Drew told Michael before Willow had an opportunity baffled her. "After all the times you told me not to, you went ahead and did it anyway," Willow said. Ned and Tracy were blackmailing him because they knew that Drew and Willow had shared a kiss, so Drew told Willow that he had no other option. In order for Ned and Tracy to have nothing on him, Drew felt compelled to tell Michael. Willow was aware that the truth had to have come from Sasha to Cody. Willow claimed that Drew had persuaded her not to inform Michael about the second kiss. In a bed in a hotel room in Metro Court, Sasha awoke nude. She recalled spending the previous evening drinking at the Brown Dog. She noticed Michael in bed with her when she turned around. A memory of seeing Michael in the pub came back to Sasha. They ended up in bed as a result of one thing leading to another. Michael was startled to see Sasha there when he woke up. Both of them put on robes and talked about what had transpired. Although they both acknowledged their guilt, Sasha had to confess. "When you told me about Willow and Drew, I already knew," Sasha replied. Sasha described how she witnessed Drew and Willow sharing a kiss on July 4th. Sasha didn't tell him, and Michael knew why. All she was doing was attempting to keep her best friend safe. "This isn't your fault. To start with, Willow and Drew are the ones who put you in that situation," Michael said. Willow had been berating herself for the kiss ever since, Sasha emphasized to Michael. Sasha didn't stop there, though, and unintentionally revealed that Willow had told her about a second kiss, which Michael had not been aware of until now. And indignant the second time, Michael said, Willow made a decision. It was no accident that they shared a kiss. Sasha defended Willow by saying that they are aware of the potential consequences of becoming enmeshed in a moment. They both concluded that Drew was more responsible than anybody else for all of the events. Cody was hanging over the couch in the living room when James, dressed as Woody from Toy Story, arrived. She offered Cody a gummy worm when James questioned why she hadn't told him they were having a sleepover. Maxie responded to James' question about Cody's Halloween costume by saying, "Someone who made a big mistake last night." Cody made a mistake that James needed to know about, but before he could respond, James' ride to a party came. When Cody was alone himself, Maxie poured him coffee and pleaded with him not to vomit on the carpeting. Additionally, she explained to Cody that Mac had brought him to her home so she could reason with him. Maxie said that she was aware that Sasha was Cody's cousin and that their relationship was impossible. What? Did the invader publish it or something? Maxie revealed to them both that Holly was Sasha's mother and that she was friends with Felicia. Sasha verified the truth, which Maxie wanted to be sure about. Cody acknowledged that he had punched Drew Quartermain in the face with that smarmy strike. Why Cody targeted Drew of all people baffled Maxie. Cody clarified that Drew had kissed Willow in addition to having an affair with Nina. No one knows that Quartermain is a bad guy. No one is aware that he is sleeping with her mother while having sex with his nephew's wife. In addition, he is also a candidate for Congress. All I wanted to do was drag him off the pedestal he had placed himself on. Put him where he belongs, in the gutter. When Laura saw Heather and Steven Weber near the hospital elevators, she was taken aback. With much excitement, Heather declared herself free. Laura was perplexed since, according to what she had heard, Heather refused to be let go. Heather informed Laura that she had changed her mind and that she was freed thanks to an excellent attorney. Although Alexis pointed out that Rick was to blame, Heather also expressed gratitude to Alexis for sharing her cell. "I got my freedom back, which is fantastic news. As well as my family. Laura, I simply cannot comprehend my wonderful fortune," Heather remarked. To find out if Steven was certain he wanted to bring Heather to Sedona, Elizabeth pulled him aside. "Who will take on Heather if I don't? And perhaps we can work out some issues between Mom and me," Steven thought. Heather needed to be far away from the people she had harmed, Steven thought. Soon after, Dante showed there and was startled to see Steven. He believed that Steven would never be able to get Heather aboard the aircraft. Steven felt confident that he could assist Heather in leading a successful life outside of Port Charles. Admire Days, B&B, General Hospital, or other soap operas. Participate in the discussion on our SC boards. To interact with fans and start a conversation right away, click here. Heather promised Laura and Alexis by the elevators that she wouldn't bother them because she and her son were going to Arizona. "I hope you're not too upset by this, Laura, but I am leaving Port Charles for good," Heather responded. Laura and Alexis appeared very unconcerned. Laura expressed her belief that the best thing Heather could do for her victims would be to relocate to Sedona. Alexis also added her voice and encouragement. Laura called Kevin shortly after to inform him that Heather was free and that she wanted to see Ace one final time. Laura had to stay at the hospital to wait for word on Lulu, so Kevin would need to oversee the visit. When Heather learned that Kevin had consented to her visit, she felt relieved. When Heather and Steven got to Laura's apartment, she was overjoyed to see her grandson. Kevin admitted it wasn't totally selfless, but Steven complimented him for letting Heather spend time with Ace. "Laura and I don't want Heather to think that she has any unfinished business here," Kevin responded. Heather whispered in Ace's ear that she would return as she gave him a final hug. Alexis told Laura back at the hospital that she was glad Heather was going out of town, but Laura was concerned that she had let Heather see Ace. Sonny also came to check on Dante and inquire about the progress of Sam's surgery. Dante anticipated hearing soon. Although he was excited to start living with Sam again, Dante expressed concern that he had given Rocco unrealistic expectations for his mother. Elizabeth showed there a little while later to inform the families who had been waiting that Sam's surgery had gone well. Anna needed to chat, so she stormed into Brennan's office. In order to let Charlotte know that Lulu was getting a liver transplant, she was determined to track down Valentine. Anna didn't believe Brennan when he said that the WSB was unaware of Valentine and Charlotte's whereabouts. Anna admitted that she was certain the WSB knew where Valentine was and that she was aware he was working with Pikeman. Brennan noted that if she hadn't told Jason that Valentine was running Pikeman, Valentine would still be in town. Brennan was also skeptical that this had anything to do with the young girl that you shot in the dark. A tearful "I'll never be free of that guilt," Anna sobbed. "I let her father escape because I didn't want her to be without him. I made a mistake," Anna acknowledged. Brennan continued to say that he had no idea where Valentine was before inquiring as to whether Lulu's relatives were aware that Anna was to blame for Charlotte's disappearance. They didn't, according to Anna, but because she was in charge, she wanted to make things right. Without Brennan, Anna promised to locate Charlotte and Valentine. Holly and Sonny reconnected at his workplace. Jason's presence shocked Holly, but she wanted to seal the agreement that had been discussed earlier. Jason wanted to be sure that Sidwell was the rightful owner of the jewels. As Sonny informed Holly that they might not have a deal at all, Holly attempted to sidestep the topic. Holly received her diamond back from Sonny, who also told her that Sidwell was on his way to Port Charles. Sonny listened to Holly's desire to strike a bargain. Jason pointed out that the WSB saved them all, while Holly insisted she had the matter under control in Africa. Sonny didn't want to listen to the arguments. All he wanted was to get rid of the jewels before Sidwell arrived in town. Sonny declared that a 30% cut was insufficient, knowing that the WSB was involved. The diamonds would remain in his hands until he sold them, and he required 35%. Before leaving, Holly took one diamond with her. Jason was given the diamond bag by Sonny to keep safe. To give Jason an update on Valentine, Anna met him at Pozzolo's. She claimed that instead of letting her feelings for Valentine influence her decisions, she ought to have paid attention to Jason. Jason pledged to assist Anna, who was adamant about finding Charlotte. Spinelli was startled to see the police commissioner when Jason called for him. Anna clarified that she required the Jackal's assistance in locating Charlotte and Valentine. Spinelli was reassured by Anna that this was not WSB nor official police business. Nina gave Drew some news during their meeting at her office. "We have a major problem, one that might cost you the election," he stated. Working-class voters believed a billionaire was disconnected from their needs, according to data Nina had. Nina thought she might have a solution. To show voters a different side of Drew, Nina demanded that he remove his dress and wear something more relaxed. "We're going to go out there, have a couple of beers, and meet the everyman," Nina said. Drew, a Navy SEAL veteran who grew up in a group home, couldn't figure out how this could be. His opponent had launched a smear campaign against him, but Drew was not aware of it. Sasha admitted to Cody in the Quartermain stables that she had misled him about her mother's death. Cody insisted that they could deal with whatever issue existed between them, even if Sasha acknowledged that there was one. Sadly, Sasha informed him that they were not able to be together. A bewildered Sasha revealed to Cody that Robert was her father since he was curious about the true situation. Sasha gave Cody the results of the DNA test, which demonstrated their first cousinship, because he didn't trust her. Sasha disagreed with Cody's assertion that Holly had to have manipulated the test. It was conducted in a WSB lab, after all. Sasha revealed Cody the entire vile story of Holly abandoning her and her grandma so that Holly could defraud wealthy men. Additionally, she had informed Sasha of her father's passing. Holly didn't tell anyone who Sasha's father was when she found out he was still alive. Sasha claimed that although she thought her life was at last on course, Holly's revelation completely upended everything. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.